The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some Optavia coaches or clients of Optavia. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the Optavia team.
Okay, everybody. Well, it is my pleasure to be the host tonight for this presentation. This is the Optavia health coach opportunity, and we're going to be talking about the benefit and the value of actually what we do as health coaches. My name is Craig Blanchette, and I'll be your host tonight. And this is a little bit about my story here. You see on the far left the kind of the I don't know, back in the days of hair and earrings and Nike. I was a professional wheelchair racer and raced quite a bit, and then at one point started a family. And my focus changed, and I wasn't so focused on staying fit and racing to make a living. And I started a traditional job. And as you can see, taking people out to lunch and having an expense account did not serve me very well. I gained about 50 pounds, and it was a little bit different life. And after Optavia, it's been about 8 years now. And the picture on the far right was taken this year in July at the National Hand Cycling Championships. And that's me in the green bike out front. And so had a great time. So as a health professional myself, I've had a wonderful extension and ability to build all these great new skills, helping other people, in addition being able to continue to focus on my own health. So a little bit about our program here, our story and our credibility. Our company has rooted in science, as we have worked to develop what's it going to take not only to temporarily lose weight and work on the fine-tuning aspects of long-term health. And so we have Dr. Wayne Anderson on the right, and he is kind of the pioneer behind the lifestyle science, if you will, of what it takes to really thrive in this world. We've been around, like I said, for a while. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of coaches, and we have hundreds of thousands of people that we've been able to actually help get healthy and help train other people to do the same thing. And so pretty exciting lineage there. And our motto is lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. I guess that would be versus temporary weight loss over and over one more time, right? That's not what we're doing. And we are about not only getting your weight off, but really moving on and to thriving. And as you can see, we're on a health epidemic. I'm going to kind of run through these pretty quickly, but you can tell things aren't good. Everybody knows it. They're not changing anytime soon. And so we are trying to make a difference when it comes to that health epidemic. This next slide here is talking about wealth. The stats say that if you are stressed out about finances, it has over 2 times as much of effect on your physical health than anything else that comes. And so you can see quite a bit of people are having some challenges in that area. We also offer, what we offer is the Trilogy of optimal health. And so it's the healthy mind, the healthy body, and the healthy finances. And all the 3 of them are actually connected together, and they play off of each other. Sometimes when we're stressed out about our finances, we overeat, and then we get overwhelmed emotionally. And, it's just this cyclical cycle that we want to change. And so we are going to have some amazing stories, and we're going to start off. It's my pleasure to introduce Nicole DeWard. So welcome, Nicole, and tell us a little bit about your story. Welcome.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig, so much. I'm honored to share tonight. Like Craig said, my name is Nicole DeWard. I have been a certified personal trainer since 2008. And it has been such a crazy journey for me because getting married at 19 and having 4 kids, never thought that someone who was raised in an obese home would be encouraged to become a personal trainer. I thought it was laughable. And after I became a personal trainer, I found out that I was really good at it. I could motivate people. They all wanted to do what I was doing. And so if I did group fitness, they wanted to do group fitness. If I did a sprint triathlon, they wanted to do it. And so I kept getting certified in all of these things because people kept following me. All the while, most of the people that were working with me wanted to lose weight, and none of them were losing weight. So I kind of felt like, well, I'm making people strong and people are crossing finish lines, but I can't really follow people around the other 23 hours in the day. And I have had lots of requests, Nicole, why don't you have like a camp where we can just come to your camp for the week? And I said, really, this is about lifelong transformation. You can't learn it in 1 week or 1 day or 1 hour. And so was so grateful when I was working at a big box gym that I was introduced by the registered dietitian, called me in her office one day, and she said, I hear what you're telling your clients and I see your frustration that all of these people are following you. I had a huge client load, and really truly was just my way to like sing and have people pay me so they could hear me sing, because heart of hearts want to be like a performer. But besides that, people wanted to lose weight, right? And so she said, why don't you take this book? And I look at this book and I said, look, lady, I am not a reader. Like I cannot just read this book. And she said, just read the first 6 chapters and let's talk. And so I took her advice and I started reading the first 6 chapters of this book. And I felt like I was reading my own words, the words that I had been saying for so many years without people getting results. And I felt like I could finally have a way that I could deliver this amazing information in a way that what I would call layman's terms, right? That they could truly understand about their glycemic index and how they could balance their blood sugar and not, eat healthy all day only to eat the house down at night, and how to make their workouts work out for them. And it was so exciting. But yet at the same time, all I could think about was my mom who tried everything and was struggling and lived in another state. And I can't tell you how many programs I tried to send my mom, the strength training programs that were really not working for her. And so I reached out to her and she said, nothing's worked for me, but I'll try your plan and we'll see how this works. And so she went on to lose a great amount of weight in a short amount of time. And I'm happy and so honored and proud to tell you that now she is a full-time health coach and she makes her own living. She retired from teaching so that she could serve others the way that Optavia serves others. And so I could not be more honored and proud to be a part of this amazing company. I was able to leave that big box gym about 6 to 8 months into my career as a coach and opened my own wellness center that I've now owned for 6 years. I get to call my own shots and do my own thing and really set a lot of people free. And so it really is about the nutrition component along with fitness, that you really can't have one without the other. I can't tell you how many people come in for a consultation and they see on their in-body analysis how much body fat they need to lose, and they really want to exercise it off. And as we discuss how impossible it really is to just exercise and try and eat healthy, it really is about changing the mindset of what goes on. And that's why the Habits of Health is so important, that we have to learn habits of health for a lifetime and how to really shift the mindset so that we can make choices that lead us to where we're going. It's not enough to know where you want to go, but you've got to assess where you are and where you want to be. And what we do as coaches is help with the in-between and consistently move that needle forward, really inspiring people to greatness along the journey. So thank you so much for letting me share my story. I'm so passionate about spreading this message of health and hope, that as fitness professionals, you can call your own shots. You can do your own thing. You can buy all your fun toys that you want to have as a trainer, and really do well by doing good, and not really depend on the one person that walks in the door to pay your bills or to help you make a living. It really is about so much more than that. And so I'm so honored to the so grateful to the registered dietitian who shared with me. And then I have been able to have the privilege to share with so many others. So Craig, thank you so much for letting me share tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you. I'm glad that you're, it's great. It's awesome to hear your story. A little bit about, we have 4 components just to kind of go over those with you. It is your Optavia coach. That's one of them. We're all coaches. You love us. We love each other. You know what? Every one of us has a coach too. Sometimes you don't think about that, but we all have coaches. So we love that. The Habits of Health system, that's the bedrock of how we teach the same rhythm so that we all dance to the healthy drum, if you will. Optavia community. You guys are all part of our Optavia community by being here tonight and watching this. If you take the word community and you divide it in 2, common unity, right? And so what do we have in common? We're not as healthy as we want to be, and we're doing something about it, right? So that's what we all have in common. So next up, I'm going to bring on Casey Mitzel. Take it away, Casey.
Hey guys, thanks for letting me share tonight. So you can't see the slide, but that's okay. But if you could believe it or not, at 2.7% body fat, I competed in national bodybuilding competitions all across the United States. And later on, I decided that this was going to be something that I wanted to kind of hang my hat on and have a career in helping other people lose body fat. Maybe not to that severe, but to a certain level that, it's pretty easy to drop a couple of pounds, right? It's pretty easy to get somebody down to a body composition that they'd feel comfortable in. What ended up happening was we went through a crisis in one of our companies that I was working for. And what I learned was that it's not just about what you know in health and fitness. It's not about what you know. It's about how you live and how you feel emotionally and psychologically. So I went through a phase where I was having to lay off multiple people in that particular career. And I had to close places down and ultimately just end the hopes and dreams for so many people that came to these facilities to get healthy for the most part. And that was really hard for me because I'm a person of giving people opportunity, giving them chances. And for me to have to do that, I was just completely stressed out. I mean, absolutely stressed out. So I was finding myself making very poor eating habits and poor drinking habits and poor sleeping habits and all the things that could be associated with that. And I ended up putting on about 45 pounds. And as a fitness professional, that's not a real great banner of advertising. Right. Of course, nobody really questioned me on that because I have the background in nutrition sciences. I had the dietetics degree and everything. So it was kind of at that point, it was like, do as I say, not as I do. But we ended up going through a financial crisis in opening up one of our next studios. And what I fully understood at that point was that if people don't have all of these components that we talk about, it doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter because you're going to be you just can't wrap everything around getting healthy if financially you're struggling, if emotionally you're not where you need to be. And that was when I had this aha moment that I was not just about a fun fitness instructor or personal trainer that could help one person at a time. My goal was always to help thousands and thousands of people, as many people as I possibly could. That was always my goal. So chipping away at one person at a time and trying to have these breakthroughs was something that was getting very daunting on me. It was wearing me down. And then realizing that they didn't have all the components in order to be, healthy and successful. So I was giving them the fun workouts. They were enjoying spending time with me. We were developing relationship. They were part of the community in the studios and in the gyms, but they weren't thriving on the outside. And that was something that I just definitely needed to fix. So the program was introduced to my wife, who's the more intelligent one in the family, but she decided that, I don't know how you want to say it, but she decided, yeah, this is something I want to do. And, just because I know this question comes up, I didn't know if I wanted to introduce a program like this into my studio. At the time, there was other places that seemed to be opening up studios just to promote their products and that kind of thing. And I was like, I don't want to be one of those places. But I understood the science behind portion-controlled meal replacements, which we know is the most successful way for people to see a body fat reduction. We know that people are underreporting calories by 40 to 50%. We know they're overestimating their workouts by 30 to 40%. That combination together is a nightmare. So if we could control 83% of their meals, or 83% of their meals for the day, and give them a complete package of fuelings that would give them 20% of the RDA every single meal, so we could feed the muscle and starve the fat, and that's really what we want to do, so we can create that energy system that's coming from using stored body fat. We were starting to see some real great success with that. So I understood that was something that we needed to do. Then what happened was the support materials. I read the support materials and realized that the science was 100% sound with everything that I've gone through in my years of dietetics and in counseling people. And I'm like, this is awesome. If we can get all of our trainers speaking this language, we've got a consistent system that is going to help those thousands of people that we were talking about. And that was our goal, and that's what we did. So the program has been instrumental now in our clients coming in and seeing the results that we want them to see, thriving on the outside, the other 23 hours of the day, not the one workout that we're having fun, but the other 23 hours where they can just thrive.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey. Exactly what he said. I love the fact that you guys are you've been trying to get the results with not all the tools in the toolbox. And as you added Optavia and all of Optavia's tools to your toolbox, it became like stuff got built. People really started thriving. And so I love that. I think I've got my PowerPoint working. This is the best I can go. But next up, we've got Chantel Flake, and she is a fitness instructor. Has been doing this for a while. She's also a certified health coach. So welcome, Chantel.
Thanks, Craig. I'm excited to be on. I can't see the slides, but we'll go from here.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a great job, and I'm just excited to share my story because I've been a health coach for now 7 years, and I look back at my life back in the old days when I was a fitness instructor. I really enjoyed what I did, and I felt like I was making an impact, and I really was. I felt like I was very one-sided. It was like those that have shared stories before. You have impact on somebody for an hour a day, and the other 23, I've taken words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I've always said. And if you think about it, all the other healthy habits that are in those other 23 hours a day, sleep, stress, nutrition, everything, I felt like I really needed to be educated on that. So when I was introduced into this program, the Optavia program, I was skeptical. I'll be honest. I thought, okay, I am definitely not into diets. Anything that sounds like a diet, no. I am all about lifelong change. And so my coach actually handed me a Habits of Health book, and I read that. And again, I thought this is packaged into a neat little book. I couldn't have said it better myself. I absolutely loved it. I felt like this is something that should be taught all over in schools. My kids needed to read this. Everybody needs to know this information. So I became very passionate very early on about sharing this information. So I went to work, started helping just a few people. And I felt like I was actually healthy myself. Even though I was teaching 7 to 10 classes a week, I felt like, I've got health down. Until I started really implementing all these healthy habits. And what was crazy to me is that these same healthy habits could help somebody that had never exercised a day in their life, but they could still help me because they were just principles. They were true principles. And I started eating 6 small meals a day, learning about blood sugar balance. My energy went through the roof. I could not believe it. I no longer had to conserve energy for those fitness classes. I remember my kids asked me to go on a walk outside, and I thought, no way. I have to conserve my energy. No more, can't even take a walk. How sad is that? So, and I felt like I was very fitness-based versus I really worked out to keep my weight down. That was my objective of exercising. And so when I got my nutrition down, I kind of threw the scale out the window and said, it doesn't matter anymore. I know how to maintain this. by nutrition, and exercise actually turned more enjoyable for me. So, so it actually ended up benefiting me even more than I ever thought it would. But and I shared that with people and have started health coaching, and it's been crazy to see that ripple effect happen over the years. I had no idea. I think about the time that I decided to become a health coach, and what if I hadn't? What if I had either kept this to myself or not been open enough to look into this? And I cringe to think, because of how many people that would have had the lack of affecting, but now how that ripple effect has happened. I actually, even though I felt like I was, in the fitness world, I knew quite a bit about fitness and exercise and all those things. I didn't know how much I could really teach others about all of them. I felt a little insecure in that. And I felt like I just wanted to do this with my clients. And so they joined me, and I did it more in the, hey, come join me, let's do this together approach. I will say coaching has helped me to level up. Without coaching, I don't think I would have taken it to the next level. And I have a before and after picture of me about 9 months pregnant with my 5th baby. And I had gained about twice as much weight. It was kind of in a bad place where all 4 pregnancies, it was fine until that 5th one, it really got me, and to gain twice as much weight. But I knew what to do. I knew exactly the program to go on. I lost the weight, and that was the middle picture here. And I felt good. I felt like I had lost the weight, and I was good to go. I was healthy, right? No, I should say I was skinny, right? Skinny enough. Well, because I'm a health coach, I know that being skinny is not enough. I thought, I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to level up. And so I decided to really take my fitness, my nutrition, everything to that next level. And so that's the last picture. The past year, I've really been working on that. I'll tell you right now, if I were not a health coach, that would not have happened. This is the inspiration of my clients and the community around me. So I'm so grateful for every one of you on this call and that are in this community to help know what that next step is. So if you're on the call today, think about what your next level is. Maybe it is to lose 100 pounds. Maybe it's to gain that muscle tone or whatever it is. So I couldn't recommend coaching enough. I've enjoyed the past 7 years and realized that this is something I'm passionate about sharing. And that ripple effect is really what has, I look back on and think, I didn't know that I could even help that many people. I have 5 kids. I'm a full-time mom. How can I have time to do that? But just 1% at a time, how that ripple has continued.
Thank you so much, Chantel. I love the idea of leveling up, and because it seems like you're talking about leveling up to new levels, where it seems like oftentimes we're just leveling up on the old levels. We're re-leveling. We gain the weight back, and then we lose it, and then we gain it and we lose it, or we get fit and then we get sloppy, and then we get fit and then we get sloppy. And it's like, what if we just got fit and fitter and leveled up? What's up? Oh, it's so exciting. So thank you so much for what you had to share. The next we have Harold and Samantha Prestenbach. And these folks are actually, I know their story well, and I love hearing it. They're the Freedom Parents, and it's my honor to bring them on. Welcome, Sam and Harold.
What's up, Craig? It's our honor. It's our honor to be on here, and yeah, absolutely. Our coach. Woo, that's right. And we can relate to everybody who shared tonight. I could literally say ditto. It's in the call. Lights out. But but we'll dive in a little bit because, just like everyone on here, we were looking to find a better way and a solution to help our clients. We were I hate to say former, but we were former personal trainers and gym owners. We owned a gym for nearly 10 years. And, we came to that $1 million question, just to kind of fast forward. And the $1 million question was, what was more important to us? Because we had a lot of concepts in that, like Casey alluded to. And we had to decide what was more important to us, the alphabet of certifications and credentials behind our name on our business card, or and what I mean by that of times we can spend a lot of time in because we understand and we know the power of what we know to teach people. But we were very one-dimensional in our approach. And it wasn't until our mentor came to us and he helped us realize that, hey, look, maybe you need to come down and meet people where they are instead of trying to force a square peg in a round hole. And we're like, man, maybe there's some truth to that. So we looked in like the rest of these guys and we dug a little deeper, and we really fell in love with how it wasn't just about the nutrition. Yeah, it made it simple. It made it easier for people. But it was building those habits of health and giving them the tools and resources so they can continue to move forward towards optimal health, right?
Yeah. You know, Optavia humanized us as fitness professionals. And this totally blew my mind because we all feel like we're normal humans, right? When you're as a fitness professional or gym owner, we're like everybody else. And we have often very similar stories to everybody else, yet coming through that convicted us that we needed to pay this forward. We fell in love with health and fitness, and we really wanted to help people the way we helped ourselves. But what I found was that my clients in the fitness industry aspect, they looked at me like they couldn't be me. They looked at Harold like they couldn't be Harold. From the time that we became Optavia coaches, people looked at us as if we had a system we were just duplicating and we weren't recreating a wheel. The treasures weren't locked in our head anymore. They literally came in a box to them and through virtual community. But you know what? Here's at the end of the day, I was sick and tired of losing the same 8 pounds over and over and over again. I was sick and tired of my whole life out of the gym being run by meal prep. And if I was sick and tired of that, I knew my clients had to be really frustrated for a really good reason. But you know what tipped the scale was when I started sacrificing time with my kids, my girls, to try and lose that weight again that I was not keeping off with the same methods. And no matter how much time we spent researching nutrition and trying whatever that might be, from paleo to we've done it all, you know, there was still no solution. So we had no other option, I feel like, to explore other options, because if we felt that way, how were our clients feeling?
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm all about the numbers. And, you know, when we started seeing transformations happen in our gym, you couldn't deny it. The people in the gym that had been struggling for years and years, when others started seeing them transform, and then the community started to see what we were doing, it was undeniable, you know, and the credibility just went up. And we eventually started to take a closer look at the business opportunity because, you know, we were trading basically hours for dollars, and there was just so much time in a day. We're all given the same amount of time. And so we looked into the business and we said, you know, this works. This could work for us. And Sam was pregnant with our second child, I think, at the time. And she really wanted to be home as a mama. So we brought her home, and we just started doing this full time. But she kind of left me at the gym, right?
Yeah. You know, my dream since I had my first child was to actually figure out a way I could still help people, work in my passion, be a business person, but be home with this beautiful child that we had. And then we had another, and as you can imagine, that compounded. Well, you know, we knew that this would work. And from the moment that Harold said, you know, this is a legit thing. Like, you can go home, you can be with the babies, you can help people get healthy. And I looked at him and said, give me 4 months, I'm there. So we did that, but something happened. After I got home, I realized that me and my kids were having breakfast without daddy. And then I realized that we were having dinner without daddy. And then I realized that daddy was coming home incredibly stressed, dealing with mopping the floors, paying employees, training clients, paying bills, running ads, and you name it, all of the responsibilities that came with that. And I realized I left my life partner behind with a job he never asked for.
Yeah. And with that, we just realized how duplicable this system was. And I realized that, you know, it was kind of like we were doing a disservice to our family, because we were becoming out of incongruent with what our values were, which was to spend time with our family. So we said, you know what, we need to look at this and we need to grow this. So, Optavia has really, as we dove in, we began to teach people how to do what we do. We began to radically change tens of thousands of lives. And it's allowed us to move from New Orleans to Arizona to the mountains and just really pay it forward on a massive level.
Yeah. So our dreams unfolded before us. Thank you to Optavia that we didn't even know that we had.
That's it.
Or that we had, but we gave up on. And we're living a complete life of freedom, helping people get healthy on a massive scale, and helping people getting mentally healthy and financially healthy is way more rewarding than I would have ever imagined. So thank you guys.
Thank you both, Sam and Harold. It has been fun watching you. I remember those first phone calls when you were still back in the gym mind, and as you guys transformed and like your reach and the people you've been able to touch and like give them, birth in them the ability to help others, which wasn't something you did at your gym. It's just been amazing. And you guys now have become my inspiration to this whole thing. So thank you all. A couple just last minutes, the benefits of becoming an Optavia coach. One of the first ones is reinforce your decision to be healthy. They say that when you help teach somebody else something, you learn it better yourself. And it is true. Talk about leveling up, right? I'm telling you, that's huge. Pay it forward to make a difference. Everybody wants to feel like they have meaning in their life. And when you have meaning is when you're helping somebody else win. It's good. Try it. You'll love it. Trust me. It's fun and rewarding, right? Compensation. It's the currency of goodwill. I've heard my mentor say, we do well by doing good. Right. And so we help other people. And in the process, we also are helped. And so it's a win-win. And there's so many transactions. It's always a win-lose, not with Optavia. And you can leave a legacy. Like, we can pay this forward to having healthy families. Our potlucks look different. Our get-togethers when we have our family members over, because I've been around this for a while, they just look different. There's lean and greens that show up. There's healthy twists of different, what we would call desserts. And it's just so amazing to see how the legacy of health lasts long after you. So I want to thank my panelists, not really my panelists. You guys are amazing. Each one of you I know personally, and each one have inspired me. And so I hope that everybody else caught a glimpse of the life and the level up opportunities we have to add this to your toolbox. We all have a toolbox out there, and we're all trying to build stuff. And what if you took the Optavia tools and the blueprint and you plugged that into what you're doing? If you're a physical therapist, a personal trainer, a personal fitness person, or a gym owner, all of it. What if you're a chiropractor? What if you're a nurse? What if you plug the Optavia philosophy? Optavia really, it stands, Opta is optimal, and Via stands for the way. And so what I think of is Optavia is a way, it's a strategy for living well. And it integrates and it combines with so many things to make them just better. So hope you heard something, you were inspired. I want to encourage you guys for those of you that are watching, you were invited by someone. And I would encourage you to call them and tell them one question. What made the most sense to you about what you heard today? And I want to thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some Optavia coaches or clients of Optavia. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the Optavia team.